Welcome back, my friend. I hope you're having a good day, and if you're not, I hope it gets better. So today I'm going to do a video about how I became a dual citizen in Mexico, because I had a comment that asked me if I could talk about that. So that's what we're going to do while I go buy some meat, for my burgers. Let me put in my clothes because it's kind of cloudy outside. It looks like it's going to rain. I don't want my clothes getting wet. So let's go. Alright, you guys, so I was gonna go by myself to go buy some stuff, but my parents got here and some of my brothers, and they want to go eat at the same location, around the same location where I gotta get the meat. They want to go eat there, so they want to come along. So I guess I'm gonna go with them, and in the way I'll talk about the dual citizenship. Seems like the rain got us, guys, so we're waiting for it to go away, but for now, yeah, check it out. So let's start off with when I first came to Mexico. I was like 22, I think, something like that, or my uncles and them, and I didn't really know what you had to do. So coming across the border, I found out that you needed a permit to be in Mexico, and that costed me, I think it was around the time like $20 for like six months permit. And I was here with my uncles in Mexico for the first time that I remember being here, and I really loved it. So as I got older, my mom and dad moved to Mexico because they're residents in Mexico, so like, they've been there most of their life too, since they were like 17 or something like that. They decided to come over here, and since I lived in Dallas at the time and I was by myself, no relationship, I was kind of getting into trouble, going out too much on the weekends. You know how it is when you're single. So I decided to just come over here and live. So I thought all my stuff that came over here. The thing is that I didn't have dual citizenship, right, because I'm American. So I had the 6 months permit, and what I did, so I wouldn't get in trouble in Mexico in case I got pulled over police or something like that, and they found American. And sometimes they ask you if you have like a permit to be here. Before it was 6 months, I would go back to the border, Laredo, and just get another permit at the border. You can try to get it when you're like in your city or town at a Mexican consul or something like that, and they can give you a permit to come over here. Or if you get to the border, when they check you and stuff like that, they can actually ask you to pay for it, and they give it to you right there. So that's what I did, just to make sure I had no problems. Just go back every 6 months and get a permit. After that, I decided to get dual citizenship, and since my mom and dad were Mexicans, what I had to do was I went downtown in Dallas. I got a birth certificate, but I had to get the double postal, I think it's called, where it's the long form, pretty much, double postal, where it's not just one postal stamp on one side, it's the double one. That's what they asked me for in Mexico. And since I was like, I guess they had a time period with what type of, or when you can actually get a birth certificate to a certain year, so they couldn't give it to me right there. So I had to like ask for it from, I think it was, I paid something, I remember, it's been a long time ago, and I had to send it, and they had to send it to me from Washington. Then when I received it, the long form, I think it's called postal certificate, I might be wrong, things could change, it's a long time ago. When I came back to Mexico, I went to this lady that translates birth certificates, and she translated into Spanish. Then after that, I had to go to a Mexican consul, and after I went to the Mexican consul, they took it in and stuff like that. My mom had to go with me because she was Mexican. They gotta have like a parent that's Mexican or whatever, so you can be able to do the dual citizenship. And or unless you get married with somebody from Mexico, that you could also do that. So, like I was saying, we have to cross that little flood right here on the street. But like I was saying, yeah, unless you get married with somebody, you're down here like with the 6 month thing, and you meet somebody, you get married with them or something like that, then yeah, you can get your dual citizenship. But when we went to Mexican consul, that lady just made my mom sign some papers and stuff, so, to show that she was my mom, by showing her like Mexican passport and where she lived and stuff like that. And I just showed my American ID, make sure it matched with my birth certificate and stuff like that. And Once that happened, it took about 3 weeks before I actually got my Mexican birth certificate, and that shows that supposedly I was born in here in Guadalajara, because that's where I was getting at. So that's where they put it, in Jalisco, Guadalajara. So it wasn't like a big deal. It was actually very easy. Usually they say, like online, if you read it up, they say that they give you a test to see if you know certain things about Mexico and stuff like that. But they didn't do that with me. My mom just signed and stuff like that, and everything was cool. They didn't ask me good questions. I just signed some stuff too, and it was good. I think the reason that was is because my mom's a really nice person. She's really talkative, and the lady that we got was pretty nice. So she just did her job, and that's it. I got no asking questions asked. So that's the steps I took. I don't know if it's different now, because that was some years back, so you might have to look into that. Now let's talk about the little things that you might come across in Mexico once you're a dual citizen that kind of sucks in a way and might give you some roadblocks. The first thing is that when you become a dual citizen, your birth certificate from wherever you're at, United States, Europe, or wherever you come from, it's the same name they put on your Mexican. Now that's a problem in some way, because in the United States you have your name, your middle name, and your last name, right? Your father's last name. In Mexico, it's not that way. It's your name, your middle name, your father's name, and your mother's name. So pretty much in Mexico, the females or your mother's last name is rules. Is the main thing. The United States is just your father. You don't even have your mother's last name and stuff. But here, they have both on their what they call IFEs, their IDs. And that's a problem, because some banks they can't register you. For example, there's a bank here called Banamex, which I can't get an account because they make a big deal out of it. They keep on asking me that they need both names, the Perteno and Marteno or something like that, the father and mother's name. But I have dual citizenship, so I don't have that on my ID. It only has my father's name, my father's last name. So I can't deal with that bank. And another thing is that bank also asks you for your Social Security for the United States, which I don't understand why they want to do that if you're here in Mexico trying to make a living in Mexico, So that's one bank void. And also because they suck. They're not helpful. My brother Victor, he has a dual citizenship too, but he lives in the United States. He comes here every 2 times a year. You've probably seen him in one of my videos. He opened a bank account with that Banamex bank, and man, they took his money and stuff. He tried to get money or send money from here. They blocked his account because supposedly they wanted to make sure it was him. He went through a lot of stuff with that bank, and at the end they still took money from him. So last time he just came and shut it, closed the bank account, because that Banamex bank sucks, man. Especially if you're foreign. Oh man, you're trying to make some transactions, your money won't get received. It's a lot of problems. So you might want to avoid that bank unless you have a good good experience with the bank and you're not from Mexico, you're born somewhere else. Then I'm glad about that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Now let's talk about registering to certain places like memberships and stuff like that. Out here in Mexico, for instance, gyms and stuff like that. Some gyms they ask you to register so you can pay your monthly or 6 month or a year deals they got going on. You might have a problem with that. I had to find a gym that actually the person that was there was pretty cool, but because like I said, they ask you for your name and your last name, so you know what I'm saying. So they wouldn't do it because supposedly my ID didn't have 2 last names, so it was a problem, and they said they couldn't do nothing about it because if they put it differently and their bosses found out or whatever, they could get fired and stuff like that. So a lot of people they reject it, not because they don't want you to register or anything, is because they're trying to save their job. So the last gym, the one you probably seen in my videos, the girl right there was cool because I guess she's related to the owner. She told me if I had my last name. So I said I only have one last name because I'm an American, but I live here. And she was like, oh, how can I do this? And I just told her, can you just put my last name 2 times? And she was like, yeah, we could do that. So she let me register. That's why I go to that gym, because that girl was cool. So you might have some obstacles when you're trying to become a member of certain places. Now let's talk about trying to get a bank account here, something like that. Yes, when you have dual citizenship, you can get a bank account. You can buy properties and all that stuff, just like a regular Mexican that is born here. Now that is, like I said, that's a problem, because when you come, because we're not a problem, but it's normal when you become a dual citizen, because your credit is like in the middle. It's not good, it's not bad. So when you go try to get credit cards and stuff like that, of course you might not qualify. One obstacle that I overcame was getting a cell phone company that is hooked up with the bureau, right? Your credit and stuff like that. If you miss out, they contact the bureau, the credit bureau, or if you're doing good, it goes to the credit bureau. So that's one way you can get your credit up, right? Another way is using credit cards. The problem here is that a lot of people won't use credit cards because you have no credit. So the bank I suggest you to try to get, if you do have it in your city, if you can become a dual citizen, is Banco Azteca. Now, I really don't like the bank because their credit cards don't have they do have monthly payments, you know, like if you purchase something like that, but to get the credit up, it's pretty hard. And the one card that gives you high credit, I don't like the rates. But saying that bank is very good if you want to start off getting credit, because it's very easy to open. You won't have a problem as a dual citizen with the way your IFE, your ID is compared to everybody else here in Mexico. But what you should do is try to get some type of income that you can report, like from your bank, that you work somewhere. I use YouTube at the time, and what happens is that when you try to get the credit, what they do is they send somebody to your address, and so you can prove to them that you do get some type of income. I use PayPal, YouTube, and stuff to show, and the guy was really cool. He just gave me the he pretty much approved me for the credit card, and I received it like within a week, and that's the first credit card I ever got. After I got the credit card, I always make sure I paid my monthly payments as much as I asked, and I never really did minimum or anything like that, because eventually you end up getting in debt because you keep on doing it. So I don't just suggest you do it. And that bank started helping me get credit in Mexico because I always paid on time. Now I have like 5 credit cards and stuff like that, and that's one way you can start getting your credit up. It's either getting out of like a cell phone plan with a company that is connected to the credit bureau. A lot of phone companies are not, or cell phone companies I might say, and pretty much try to get a credit card, or even a credit card online, the online ones where you pay through the apps and stuff like that are hooked up with the bureau. And another thing I want to say that right now the dollar's like more than halfway up the peso, right? It's like around 18, 17, 50, something like that, right? So I suggest if you're planning to come live or at least vacation for a while in Mexico, and you like YouTube and you're a content creator, grow your audience. This is for YouTubers, for people that do YouTube. Grow your audience first in the United States, because since you're in the United States, YouTube is region based. You will grow faster, especially with English speaking videos or titles and stuff like that. Because in Mexico, your YouTube channel first goes out to the region where you live at, so it's a lot slower to grow as an American doing YouTube in Mexico than American doing American videos within America or Europe or wherever you're at. You know what I'm saying? Once you get a good amount of, like, say, I don't know, $300, $400 from YouTube or something like that, that $300, $400 becomes a lot of money in Mexico. So when you plan to come live here, or at least for a couple of years, that money will really help you in Mexico, because you can spend it here. You end up saving more money, everything's cheaper and stuff like that. If you don't do YouTube and stuff, then I suggest you have a plan to start a business here, or maybe already know what kind of company you want to work for in Mexico. You can scout out, start calling, hey, I'm an American, I'm planning to go live in this country or city of yours. I want to see if I can get a job. Some companies will tell you, yeah, you come in here and we'll see what we can do. So like have a plan, don't just come in here blind and, you know, think you got things working out. It's all right. So we're pretty much gonna get somewhere where we're gonna eat something, you know. So I'm gonna think about other things I can talk about in case you're thinking about getting dual citizenship and obstacles you might come across and stuff like that. So yeah, let's go. All right, you guys, so like this right here is a churro. This dough, sugar, it tastes really good. And yeah, I just got me one because it's good, man. You want some? So now, you guys, before you become a dual citizen, I think what you should do is what I did when I was young. Come over here for like a month, 2 months, and look around, find a city you want to live at. And how can you do that? Well, you can meet people online. I know there's some communities, I just can't remember the names of them, where you can meet people, become friends, where I guess people allow you to like go live with them for a little while and see if you enjoy living in their places, and that's something you can do. We're gonna walk over real quick and get us something I'm not supposed to be eating. Japanese peanuts. Why? Because they make me break out. But hey, sometimes I like them with a little bit of Valentina sauce and some lime. Oh, lime juice is good, man. So we're gonna get like a quarter of a kilo. Gracias. So like whenever I go shopping, I always use the credit card because I want to get my credit up, you know, and also because I don't like carrying cash, because sometimes I drop it. I'm gonna be honest, I do drop cash. But places like that where I have to actually pay cash, I carry a little bit of cash because they don't accept credit cards. But it's rare when I buy from places that don't accept credit cards. Stop real quick to get me a cookie ice cream, you guys. Cone. Costed like $1. Let's take a bite out of it. Good stuff. Now where else are we? So now we're heading back to the house / apartments. These people are already setting up so they can sell tacos. At nighttime, this place is really full of people because these tacos is really good, you guys. So if you're by San Juan Bosco, you might want to come after 5 o'clock and get some tacos. I don't know if you guys are like me, man, but when it's cold, I want ice cream. And when it's raining, as you can see, it's raining right now, or sprinkling, I like ice cream. I don't know why, it just calls me when it's this time. So yeah, I'm eating ice cream while the water's falling on it from the rain. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. Alright, friend. So I got my gloves, got my earbuds. I'm ready to hit the gym, burn off that ice cream and churro I just ate. So I hope you enjoyed this video of the dual citizenship. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell with all on it to make sure you don't miss one of my videos that I upload. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.